Activate your purpose, keep the faith in God. Let Him remove the pressure. Nothing is too hard. Activate your purpose. Remember what He said. He will breathe no life until those things you thought were dead.
What's up, friends? What's up? Now, welcome back. I know I have dropped a couple of videos about season number 2, and here we are. Today is the first episode of many. Welcome to Sonya F.R.A.N.S. It is good to see you all. It is good to be back in front of the camera, doing my thing. It's all the things. So I want to get started. I know that a lot of people were wondering, well, actually, let me apologize. I think I wanted to shout out one of my big brothers. I was a producer for his podcast. And I tell you, I ran a commercial, I think for 4 or 5 seasons. And I was like, Faith Stalkin 2 is coming back. We are coming back. I can't wait to come back. And let me tell y'all something. Yeah, a few years later, here I am. Here she is. Here she be. I am her. All of those things. So I'm just excited to be back. But honestly, it was real scary to change my show name, to change, just the aesthetics, just to change. Oftentimes when we are involved in a project or involved in something that we feel that God gave us in our head, we get stuck in it. And He's giving you these clues. He's saying, hey, I don't want you to go to the left. I actually want you to go to the right. Still do the same thing, but I'm trying to change you. So listen, in the middle of the game, I had to stop, check my playbook, and pivot. So this is how Sonya F.R.A.N.S was born. I realized that I just needed to step out and take a chance on myself. And I feel like we really need to talk about some strategies. And yes, you'll see me checking my notes. You'll see me doing all the things because I never want to tell you the wrong thing. And I don't want to forget what I have to say. It's a lot of pressure being here with you all, trying to remember your script, trying to make sure that you don't miss your points. It's just a lot. But guess what? She got her notes. So I wanted to talk about I wanted to, spill a little tea, and it's about changing that playbook. It's time sometimes when you are watching a game. Now, am I talking about games? Any game specific? I don't know. Shout outs. Y'all know where I'm born and raised. And if you don't know, now you know. Shout out to the Eagles, okay? But in the middle of their game, sometimes they have to go back. They have to reassess what their plays were because we're down, okay? And the goal is to actually win the game. And sometimes you have to change your playbook, right? Or change your plays in your playbook right in the middle. And so for me, Faith Stalkin was awesome because that's who I am. I believe that God has given me a gift to speak to people about faith. It doesn't even matter what you particularly believe in, but He has allowed me to give advice, to pour into people, to talk about, faith on an elementary level, to talk about faith for those of us who've been following the Lord all our lives. But God has just given me that gift. And so Faith Stalkin, I was scared to change my name. I was scared to change my playbook in the middle of a game. Literally, my whole playbook done changed. I done changed the name. I done changed the vibe. I did so many things. And for me, being in that incubator, and yes, I busted out. That's going to be our thing. Hashtag I'm incubated. Shout out to Darnell Jackson. Darnell Jackson makes all of this possible. I don't ever want to miss mentioning his name in anything that I do, but just talking to him about, okay, well, what should I do next? Should I change the whole show? What should I do? And here's the thing, I do a ton of things, guys. I'm teaching students. I'm in corporate America with my teams, talking about strategic execution. I am a wife. I'm a mother, talking to my children, training them up. I'm the alignment strategist. So all of these areas in my life, they have a plan. They have, a flow. They have all those things. So Faith Stalkin, I didn't have a flow. So I needed to change in the middle of the game. I needed to just throw that playbook out and actually model what I expect my employees to model, what I expect my peers to model. You know, I'm a friend. There's strategies to friendship as well, y'all. We're going to unpack those later in the season, okay? But I just wanted to be where I was supposed to be. And sometimes we get lost in the sauce of all the things that we think we're supposed to be doing, how we were supposed to be doing it. And oftentimes you just got to get started. So yes, I'm modeling it. So we pivoted. Sonya F.R.A.N.S is who we are. You already know what FRAN stands for. Now, how many of y'all done subscribe? Okay. How many of y'all done subscribe and saw the first video? Friends, we are fierce. We are rooted. We are aligned. We're nurturing. And of course, we're souls. So that's what we got. We did a pivot. Now, listen, have you ever felt like there was an area in your life that you just outgrew? And even though this was a name, I outgrew it. And I needed to be mature enough to realize, okay, there's more to me than just stalking Faith, right? I'm like, I got a word like many years ago, y'all, and don't laugh about this. And the lady said, you got a treasure chest of gifts. And at first I was a little judgmental about it. And I said, Lord, of all the words that I get today, I get that I have a treasure chest of gifts, but I do. I have a treasure chest of gifts. So don't pigeonhole yourselves. Okay. Now let's do a quick deep dive. All right. This is a masterclass that I'm going to give y'all on pace. We shifted the show to every second and fourth Saturday. Okay. Every second and fourth Saturday. When you start something, you don't always have to start it and be every week. Every week I have to do something. You know why? Because that did not fit into my life. It did not fit into everything that I already do, but I knew I had to start. So we shifted the pace. We said, okay, I know I have to start. I know it has to be a different name. It has to be a different, just my whole idea is just different. Okay. Everything is different. Trust me, y'all, when y'all see the blueprint of Faith Stalkin and then you see Sonya F.R.A.N.S, you're probably like, what in the world is two totally different shows? But we switched up the pace. We did it we're doing it every second and fourth Saturday. And listen, I don't want to rush content. That's not fair to you or to me just so that I can check a box, right? Precision requires space. In corporate America, you know, they hype up this hustle and we're always hustling and grinding. And I'm from Philly, so you already know I understand what the hustle is. I understand what the hustle is about. I might have invented some of the hustles, but I rather my team have experience. I'd rather them be precise. I'd rather them learn properly than rush them to anything. So if I'm going to do that in my corporate America world, I'm also going to do that with my people, with my friends. Okay, I'm not going to rush content. I'm not going to rush God's vision for my life. So we slowed down the cadence, right? Because that wasn't a big thing. But I made it a big thing. Why do y'all think it's June? Why do y'all think it's June? I was supposed to do this in January. Okay. All right. Listen, here's my strategy sip. And if y'all notice, we sipping teas. Okay, I'm gonna spill some tea. I'm gonna give y'all a deep dive. But here's our little strategy sip that I want you all to take with you for the rest of your week as you're starting your new week. Okay. Now, I'm gonna take a sip. And y'all heard that, so y'all know that's nothing but some type of soda with fizzy in it, okay? Judge somebody else. Cheers. We're gonna take our sip. Now, you may want to drink tea, you may want to drink soda, you may want to drink water. I mean, and depending upon when you're watching this, because you're grown, okay? I expect you to be grown. 21 and older, if you have something else in your cup, Sonya ain't judging you, okay? But that's that watermelon Red Bull. Okay, so take your sip and let's go ahead and get our pens and our papers for the strategy. Audit the cadence. That's what I want you to write down. That's what I want you to remember. That's what I want you to text to yourself. That's what I want you to keep in your spirit as you are moving on through the rest of this year. Look, we made it to June, but audit the cadence. Look at your calendar for the upcoming week. I will wait. Find one thing that you're doing every single day or every single week just because it's a habit. And then pivot. And you're like, what? Can it be completely deleted off your calendar? Can you take it off? You have to give yourself space to breathe and execute with precision. That is why Sonya F.R.A.N.S is every second and fourth Saturday. That is why it took me until June, even though I was supposed to start in January, because honestly, I wanted this to be right. I didn't want to start and have to stop. I didn't want to come and have an excuse on why my show didn't upload or why I didn't download. Now listen, the computer sometimes is computering, and sometimes the internet be interneting, but you understand what I'm saying. So before we wrap up tonight, I have to leave you with an anchor. Yes, the Faith Stalker is going to provide you with an anchor, because that's how I anchor myself in the Word. All right, we set the strategies, we're doing the work. But if you're like me, you actually hand your wheel over, your life over, and all of your things that you're involved, you hand that over to the king. The one that helped you create the strategy, the one that helped you get the vision. That's who I hand my things over to. Proverbs 16:9 tells us that the heart of man plans his ways, but the Lord establishes his steps. And somebody turn around to your neighbor and say, order my steps, huh? Order my steps. Listen, it's beautiful to have a plan. Look, friends, I have devised several of them. But at this point in time, I want you to create a new plan. I want you all to remember it's okay to change your cadence up. It is all right to be precise. It is all right to check that calendar and the things that you're doing every single day or every week out of habit. If it's not getting us anywhere, it's okay to completely remove it or pivot and change the cadence. Okay? It's all right, because that's going to allow you to be a better person. That's going to allow us to receive a better version of you. And then we can really make it pop. Listen, I am Sonya, your host with the absolute most. Am I supposed to
say your hostess with the mostest, or is it your host? Because I don't know what is correct. Like, am I a hostess, or am I the MC?
All right. This has been show number 1. Next week, we have an amazing guest. I'm not going to tell y'all, I'm not going to give y'all tips and all that good stuff about who's coming on the show. You're going to have to subscribe. You're going to have to follow. You're going to have to like. You're going to have to share. Because do y'all see my subscriber numbers? Go on and help your girl. Thank you for rocking with me for this kickoff. I am so excited to be here for season number 2 of Sonya F.R.A.N.S, where we are fierce, rooted, aligned, nurturing souls. I can't wait to see y'all on the what Saturday? Not next Saturday. Don't beat me here next Saturday. Beat me here on the 4th Saturday. Peace.